My name is Wayne Emmanuel. I always wanted to say that. And I've just finished watching Spectre, and we're going to talk about that. See you on the other side. Hello, welcome to Showtime, and today we're going to talk about Spectre Bond 24. And I was really looking forward to this movie, and Sam Mendes directed again this movie, and you really see that this man is so talented. He is really talented. And straight off from the beginning of the movie in Mexico City, and there's going to be some spoilers all through this video, so you've been warned. When you start watching this movie from the beginning, you can feel, it's like a sixth sense, that there's something special coming in this movie. There's something special about this movie, and the tone was perfect. I don't know who chose the location, Mexico City, and the festa for the Day of the Dead, but it was a perfect backdrop to start this movie. And watching this movie, if you've seen it already, there's a scene right at the beginning where there's this man and woman kissing in the lift, flirting a bit, and I never knew that was Daniel Craig. It just took me by surprise. That really even pulled me even more into this movie, because that was so different. I wasn't expecting that. So then after that there's a chase, and there's a helicopter sequence, which is just mind-blowing. It really is. It looks so realistic. And as we progress through the movie, there's a subplot that MI6 think the 00 part, like the 007, the 00 agents, is obsolete. It's no longer needed, and that's a subplot, and I could connect with that, because as technology goes ahead, do we really need agents running around? We have so much surveillance. People are using, government agencies are using mobile phones to eavesdrop on people, and there's cameras everywhere. So I really like that aspect to the film. And I really like the villain, Christoph, who plays Bofield. I really like, he's so flamboyant and elegant, this actor. His direction, the drive is amazing. There's a scene towards the near the end, the last 45 minutes, and he's torturing Bond, and I really felt for Bond. I felt his pain. I really felt, wow, this guy's really suffering. It's it's been a long time since I felt concerned for 007, for James Bond. I never was really concerned about him. You always knew Bond was gonna win the day. But in this movie, the tone of it was never like Bond had the upper hand all the time. He was doing it by the skin of his teeth, and I really liked that. It made it even more realistic. Also, there was something else that I had a problem with Bond in the last couple of years, that we've seen movies like Mission Impossible, and to pull off like heists and espionage, you need a team to help you. It's very difficult to do that kind of work by yourself. And it always dawned on me that James Bond, how could he do all that by himself? But in this movie, he has no choice. He has to do it by himself. He has to. He's gone rogue. He has no choice. Another aspect to the movie I liked as well, there was mentioned 009. And it just made me, it just broadened this universe even more, that there's not just James Bond, there's other agents out there that work for MI6 that have the 00 status, so you could be 002, 003. I would love to see in future movies to see these other 00 agents. I would really love to see that. And I really have to say Leia, now I've forgotten her name now. Leia Seydoux, the French actress. Leia Seydoux, she was brilliant. She wasn't one of those women just running around waiting for Bond to save her life. She could handle herself in this movie, playing Dr. Swan. She could really, there's a brilliant scene on the train where James Bond, Daniel Craig, has to fight this henchman called Mr. Hicks, or Mr. Hicks is played by the actor who was Drax in Guardians of the Galaxy, Dave something, I've forgotten his name, but he's in Guardians of the Galaxy and he's an ex-wrestler. And the choreography, I really felt for James Bond. It was really a hard fight. I had a problem with after this fight because, if you was going to be realistic, and I know it's entertainment, but if you almost died, the first thing you wouldn't think of doing is going to have sex. It's just, you would just contemplate that you almost died. You wouldn't just think, okay, I know it's the classic Bond sequences for him to make love to a beautiful woman, but we're in 2015 now, and it could have came later, but not. If somebody's going to murder you, strangle you to death, beat you to death, the first thing after that moment, immediately afterwards, you're not going to think to have sex. That I didn't agree upon. But it was a fantastic movie, and you got M and Q inside, and the plot I liked, because this organization, Spectre, is linked to all the previous movies. Spectre was always there. It was right there, but it's always behind the scenes. It's like what people would say, the Illuminati, that secret society that's controlling everyone like puppets behind the scenes. And Spectre is like that. I like the theme, the tone, the music, the costumes, the acting, the action sequences. They were really, I've never seen action sequences like that before. There's a bit in Austria where James Bond is, Dr. Swan is being kidnapped, and James takes a plane, and he's chasing him down with his plane. There's about, 3 Land Rovers driving through the mountains in the snow, and that sequence is amazing. It really is amazing. Also the end sequence on the River Thames coming up to the Houses of Parliament, where Big Ben is, spectacular. I'm not going to tell you every single detail because I still want you to watch the movie, but excellent movie. I really enjoyed it, and I hope Sam Mendes does return for the next Bond movie. Daniel Craig it's been rumored that doesn't really want to do another Bond movie, even though in his contract he has one more film to do. But I'd love to see him back, because he's really proven to everyone he really could play this role. I remember at the beginning when it was said that Daniel Craig was going to play James Bond, he was savaged by the press. Savage! They said he was too ugly to play James Bond. And, you know, come on, it's a human being. The man is not, you know, I'm not attracted to him, but he's not an ugly man. And he's proven everyone wrong, and he can hold his ground, and he plays it perfectly. He's one of the best actors to play this role. I mean, on the serious side, I love Roger Moore and Sean Connery and Roger Moore. But James Bond has evolved. It's become more serious, more darker, more realistic, and toned down on the gadgets, and it's more on James Bond focusing on his character and where he came from and who grew up with. And that's linked also to the plot. I won't go too much there because I want you to be surprised by this. If you've decided to watch this review before even watching the movie, there's a fantastic subplot there which links James Bond to the villain, to Christopher Waltz's character. So that's a really strong, surprising subplot there. So I would give Spectre a nice 9 out of 10. It deserves it. This is quality work. Everyone who worked on this movie deserves a salute, because they've really worked hard on this movie to keep it alive, to bring it up to date, to bring something fresh. And I just can't wait to see see what happens in the future with this wonderful character. So thank you guys for supporting me, and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you very, very soon on Showtime. Bye bye.